that I've been working on that really kind of simplified things. So, what used to take us potentially months to design marketing around something, or maybe come up with a plan that we're going to do for a launching of a listing, anything like that could be done in moments now. And by the way, when you're on your listing appointment, can you just be taking quick notes of things that are valuable, right? Hopefully your mind's opening up a little bit right now. Hey, I'm taking some notes. We're going to put this into our marketing funnel that we built. We built a agent in ChatGPT. And by the way, EXP leads the real estate community in AI. We got voted the best AI company last year. So you see how I'm edifying myself, right? I'm an EXP agent. We're talking about listings and production-based information right now. You could do it Centurion, Coldwell Banker, Remax. It doesn't matter. The bottom line, I'm sitting with the buyer and seller, and I'm having a conversation saying, hey, what do you love most about your home? You've been here for a period of time. You're the biggest fan. What do you love the most about it? What do people compliment you the most on? What are some of the highlights of the area that I should be aware of? Right? So you're listening to them, you're getting that information, you're taking quick notes. You come back, you take a picture, put it into ChatGPT, and all of a sudden you just ask for a marketing plan for this particular thing. Do you think it would be valuable to give this to your actual client? Right? So when you're done, what about if you did this on a pre-listing? What about if prior to the listing appointment, you got them to know, like, and trust you and love you, right? Um, I'm happy to do a live address if anybody wants to give me one. If you already have a listing, we can do a sample of this. But I thought what would be kind of cool, what about if we take a real property and just in moments give some information to ChatGPT to give us a marketing strategy that's a pre-delivery of the listing appointment. You tracking with me? Right? Because listen, the audience and the business has got very busy, and there's a lot of information in the market. It's up to us to disseminate that information to the sellers. What's going on with the market? What's happening? By the way, I'm going to tell you, if you haven't watched my YouTube video, you haven't, because I filmed it yesterday with Ali Garced. She just spoke up in Canada, was a keynote speaker about her YouTube. She closed 200 transactions, never been in the business till 4 years ago, was in the military, Air Force, and she is crushing it. 200 closed transactions, all passively from YouTube, all coming to her, never an outbound phone call. All right. And she just talks about that in depth, and we're going to have that on my channel. So go to Like a Boss and look for those things. But okay, Glenn, is that an upcoming or a current?
It's bucket listing.
Okay.
I used the chat GPT to create a marketing plan for this. And so I want to see
Okay, cool.
any different prompts that you have that I didn't use that could make it show up differently.
Okay, I'm gonna show you what I would do, and you might already had thought of this, but you guys could see my screen again, correct? Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna put in this address that Glenn just gave me. It's in chat, and I'm going to give it I'm going to give it a little bit of direction. You could do it a couple different ways. I like hitting the microphone button, so be quiet for just a second, and you could listen to my prompt. This is recorded, by the way. I'm making this up on the fly. But before we go, can you give me three key values of the property? Extra bedroom upstairs, anything that would be valuable that I don't know about this property. Actually, watch this. I'm going to do something different. Watch this. I'm doing a pre-marketing message to, look, didn't record. I'm doing a pre-marketing message to this particular property. I'd like you to look at market statistics, analyze sales, average sales price, time on market, all that for the area surrounding this particular address. And I'd like you to give me this report in an easy to read fashion to be supplied to the potential seller. I also want to impress them on my marketing abilities and strengths of my business. I will provide you some further direction, but let's start here. Okay, so you heard me say every prompt into this. I put in the address, it's going to start looking for, and this is a pocket listing of Glenn's, so he's willing to share it with the world. Thank you. Okay, so it's looking for some data. And I didn't do the deep research. I didn't do any of the, website searches. I didn't do that, but it's looking at market stats. It's doing all those things for me. And so again, you don't have the listing. Maybe if you're going to a listing appointment, there's some value in this, but as we progress, watch what's going on here. So now it's coming up with median sales price. I don't know anything about this home. I couldn't point it out on a map, except I know it's in Lebanon, Oregon. Okay. Sales price 402 to 410. It's about 3% up year over year. Homes average about 63 to 84 days to sell, with an average of 2 offers per home. Medium square footage cost, medium list, all this stuff is valuable info that I can give them, right? So now it's still going. It's still saying, here's what the buyer activity is. Buyers are picky, especially on overpriced homes. They're talking about microcomp data, marketing game plan, pre-launch from -7 to 0, so a week before to actually going active. It's still spitting out information. And all I did was really give the address and say I want to pre-list or get a rough idea on this particular home, okay? So the next step is we could talk about pre-marketing and giving the seller a pre-marketing idea of what's going on in this home, right? So by that, what I'm talking about is if we could look up any information past MLSs, we could have this look at Zillow, we could have this do all those things, right? Um, let's say, look at Zillow for any past history on this home and provide that to me in a summary. So searching the web, it's going to pull up some more information. Okay, last sold December 26th, 323.9. Listed for sale November 1st, 2024. 323 went pending. You see all this information. Do you think it would be valuable, again, to provide this stuff when you're going on a listing appointment, right? You've given so much in depth, and we've been on the call for 10 minutes talking about this. I'm giving you tools that you could literally do and have an assistant do, by the way, and you just pick up the pack and head out the door. And this is how we used to operate 140 transaction year team. Is just we had assistants that prepared the packet, and we literally learned what the packet said on the onto the drive to the listing appointment or sitting down in front of the house 5 minutes early. Okay, so we have all this stuff. And then here you could, if you like, I could pull up 3 to 5 additional comps. It can do everything that you can really feed it in, especially if you give it the sites to look it up and you start pulling up the research. But here's what I would like to, here's what I think would be a differentiator and set us apart a little bit. Glenn, can you give me 3 things about the house that you think are selling points? You obviously have a pocket listing. It's not marketed to the public, but I want to look at it from a perspective of what maybe are the advantages of the house and or key features that we could put in a marketing strategy.
Um, it's a new home. It's got the one owner. They bought it when it was new built. Um,
What year roughly?
2024.
Oh, so brand new. Okay.
Yeah.
New home
So the sale that
2024.
it shows there is them buying it.
Okay. Does it have any upgraded landscaping? Did they do RV pads? Did they do anything special?
No, they did not.
Okay, so it's just stock like it was when it was new.
Yeah, they've lived there, haven't done anything. I mean, the price point where it's going to fall is going to be the selling point of it.
The price point?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let me see what ChatGPT will come up with. Okay, I'm going to add some details here. They bought this home new. They really haven't done shit. They haven't upgraded anything. They haven't done anything. They've just lived in it for a year. And so I want to propose a marketing strategy to them, but I'm kind of lost. I don't know what to say or do. So I need your help. How could I market this new home that probably is going to be based on sales price? But how can I market this when they've done no upgrades and I don't really have anything special to use in my marketing? I need some ideas. Now I'm purposely trying to throw it a wrench because I don't know what it will do or say. But I want you to see the power of leaning on this kind of tech for what you're doing, okay? So better than new. Positioning message. Why wait for new construction when you can move into a perfectly clean, move-in ready home today? No delays, no hidden costs, no builder stress. Okay, so that's one angle. Better than new campaign. That's kind of what we just went over. Here's another angle number two. Sell the lifestyle, not the house. People don't buy drywall, they buy belongings. Weekend ready living, modern, fixed, new. You could talk about 9-foot ceilings. You could do all those things. Number three, focus on modern efficiency and affordability. Number four, neighborhood appeal. So again, this might be giving you ideas of what you can do to enhance that. Now, what I love to do is what about if you propose this to the potential seller? Like, here's what I come up with on your house. Here's the market. Here's the past. Here's the sales. Here's the comps. But here's what we come up with as a team for my marketing plan. Which one of these do you really love? Which one of these stand out to you potentially, right? And it gave me how many did it give me? It gave me four, six specific different variations of this, right? So we could take this in, having a conversation with the sellers and be laying out the future of what our marketing is going to look like based on them, based on what they see and what they want. Now they're leaning on us potentially for the being the experts in the room, but you see with the power of saying, "Hey, we laid out our marketing strategy." It's kind of like Pepsi asking for, 5 bids on this new Pepsi commercial they want to do, and people come in there with these crazy outlandish ideas, but yet Pepsi's reviewing them and giving feedback immediately, right? No, we're not so sure about that. We're not so sure about this. This could work the same way, and I think this could be really beneficial for you. So we've kind of went full circle. How to do it from an easy perspective. If like when we did listings, we did a lot of pre-listing information because by the time I got to the listing appointment, I want them to love me. I want them to be willing to say yes and cancel the other appointments. You can't do that by showing up cold in their kitchen and try and outsell the process, right? So, for instance, we would video the neighborhood either a couple days before and send them a video going, "Hey, I was touring the neighborhood, just really getting a good feel for it. I love it. I love your gate you have in the front yard. By the way, what do you think your top 3 to 5 attributes of your home are? Like, what's the things you love the most? Well, the solar's amazing. Energy's been free. Or we put a brand new roof on last year. It's a 40-year roof with ice shield. It's like the best thing money can buy. We remodeled the bathroom with travertine that's imported from Italy, whatever it may be. You can include that information in here and it will put the marketing plan based around those kind of details. All right. All right. So I want to open it up for any questions, any Q&A, anything towards the end. Hopefully this is helpful for you.